Hey guys, this is gonna be a bit of a different video. I'm gonna be kind of talking just about my experience on PMC. Uh, my experience on PMC. That's what this video is gonna be about. Um, I joined the server back in not January. February. Yeah, late January, early February. And I mean, I knew no one. This has been a bad start to the video. I knew, I knew no one. Yeah. Started playing thanks to Beef playing it. Just kind of thought, why not? I mean, I'd never played on a server before. Never done anything like that. I always done single player. I'm mainly just watching. I came on the server, and my third game was on Beef's Island Village, which is my favorite map. And I spawned in the trees. And I thought, you know what? Yeah. I'm going to stay up in these trees, and no one's going to find me, and it's going to be perfect, and I'm going to win the game. That's what I did. Hey, guy. I went up in the trees, or not, I stayed up in the trees, and was writing in the chat, just, haha, you'll never find me, suckers, like the immature little person I was, because this is the first time I've ever been on the server. And everyone was writing back just like, you're a dumbass, which, yeah, I see that now. But then maybe 10 minutes into the game, after me writing, stupid things in the chat the entire time, I started hearing this dun 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 dun, and I was like, whatever, nothing's happening. And then all of a sudden, I started taking damage, and that was my first experience with the world border. I didn't die from it. I left the game because I was too confused. But yeah, that was my first experience. Started getting a bit better, more and more. Still didn't know anyone, just playing on my own. And then I was in a game on the arena. I spawned in the mycelium. I remember this very well. And this guy by the name of X Chaos was in front of me. And I thought, I didn't think anything of it, just another player. And so I rushed him, and I killed him. Yeah. And everyone writing in the chat just like, thank you, you got him out of the way. And I was like, what the hell? What the hell are you talking about? It's just a player. What do you guys, what? And that's when I first found out about titles. They told me that he was first. First, yeah. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm pretty good. I wasn't very good. I outgeared him in every which way, but still, I took pride in that. Maybe now we're maybe in late February, and I met a guy by the name of Is the Shiz. Yeah, and I saw him again on the arena, and he said to me, "Hey, Jason Isengard, come over here." I said, "Okay," and he led me over to this little birch tree right by where you spawn in the arena, and he said to me, "This, my friend, this is the tree of justice." And I said, "Okay," and so then we started dancing in circles around it, and it was fun. And to this day, I still go to that tree whenever I spawn, just out of habit, because that was my place. Just circle the tree like that. But yeah, him and I, a couple games later, he asked me, "Hey, you want to get in call?" And I said, "Sure." And this was my first encounter with another. Well, first real encounter with another human being on the server. yeah, I was pretty excited. Him and I lost touch pretty quickly, but I was at the time I was so excited, just like, yeah, I met someone on the server, and it's a server, and it's so cool. And so I thought to myself, I want to meet more people. This was fun. I like talking to this person. And so, hello, friend. And so I thought to myself, maybe there's a girl I could talk to. Yeah, maybe I could do that. I don't know why that was my first immediate goal. That was pretty cool. But it was. And I join a game, and I just see this player with luscious blonde hair and crystal blue eyes, and I think to myself, that's the person I want to talk to. And so I message them and I say, hey, you want to get in call? And I mean, she has no idea who I am. I made no introduction, but she says okay. And so then I get in call, and then I added this person. Oh yeah, the name was Voodoo, by the way. So yeah. Okay. And so I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. The guy said masks. And, oh, I got a message. That's my aunt. Don't make any note of that. But okay, now I've completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, and so Voodoo and I get in call, and I say, hey there, how's it going? And I get the response from the lustrous person, and she says, hello there, sir. And I'm like, this is not a girl. I can confirm. It turns out it's a 15-year-old boy from Utah. Not the same. But, nevertheless, this Voodoo and I became really good friends. Really good friends. I mean, after school, every single day, I'd go on, and him and I would just Skype for hours. It'd be awesome. And he introduced me to Pixelmon, and I became addicted to Pixelmon, and played that for a while, and came back and forth in between this server and Pixelmon. And it was awesome. And then the Pixelmon server died, him and my friendship kind of faded, and then I was again left with no one. And so then I go back on to PMC, and I'm on Goodland, and I'm just running around, and I see this guy. This guy over here. Not over here, but I approach him, and the guy's name is Bodybuilder95. And I say, hey there, guy. And he's like, hey. And I say, how's it going? And he says, good. And we have a nice little conversation, and we find each other in game, and we team, and this goes on for a few games in a row, and then I say, you want to get in call? And he says, absolutely. And we get in call, and I'm just like, hey. And he's like, hey, how's it going? That's a horrible Colombian impression. Sorry, buddy. But yeah, and then him and I became such good friends. I'd get home every day, and it'd literally be 8-hour calls, non-stop, just all the time, every day after I got home. And him and I were like two peas in a pod. It was great, and he introduced me to a bunch of other people, and it was just awesome. I had such a good time with it, and yeah, a couple other people one of the other people was Round to World, and him and I was us three guys always in call, always, mainly Body and I, but Round to World was occasionally there as well. Then one day it was me, Body, and a guy by the name of Swedish Viking Boy, and we were in this little corner of Beef's map. And we kind of just all said before the game, like, go here so we can know where to go before so we can team up. And we all get in the little corner, and we're like, awesome. We're about ready to leave, and then some guy jumps down behind us and murders us all with his flame bow. This person was the asshole by the name of Toxlock, and I hated him. Ugh. He killed me. How could he do such a thing? I was pissed. I was pissed off. And I was like, and I was said to Body and Call, just like, oh, I hate that piece of shit. hate him so much. And Body's like, no, he's cool. And then I was like, are you sure? And he said, yeah, we should add him to the call. And I said, I'll trust in you on this one. And so I messaged him and got his information. We added him to the call. And it turns out Body was right. He is a very cool guy. He's my best friend on the server, it turns out. And then it was us three in Round to World who were always in call. Always in call. And I remember very clearly the same day that Tox and I met, that night, we had the ultimate team, as we call it. It was me, Body, Tox, Round to World, and Timmy of Park, the legend. As you know, we were all so happy when he agreed to come into call, because we were like, this guy's so cool, he's assassin. And he was really cool, and he was really good, and he agreed to team with us, and we were so stoked. And it was them four in the final four. I died really early on, but still, you know, it was fun. So much fun. Yeah, just kept on branching out, and playing, and just having a great time with Body and Talks and Round to World. And then I saw myself on the Brawler. God damn it, where the hell is this cat? And then I saw myself on the Brawler leaderboard. And I was like, huh, I didn't think I'd ever get on a leaderboard. This is really cool. Maybe I should start going for it a little bit more. And so I did. I got up to like 80th about, and I was like, yeah, I did it. And so I finally got Patron. And the first thing that happened when I joined the game and I wrote in the chat and I had a blue title is someone who was in the top 10 by the name of I'm a Doofus writes me, look, it's Jason the Patron. And that's all I needed. I was pissed off, and I was ready to pass this guy. I was like, you know what? If you're gonna call me Jason the Patron, I'm going to pass you. And he says, okay. He really didn't care, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And so I started working really hard on passing this guy. And after like months of doing so, this was probably in about June, maybe early June, late May, early June. I pass him, and I was done at that point. I was so happy, so happy. And I'd rub it in his face, and he really wouldn't give a shit at all. But I was still really proud of myself. But then I look on the stat page, and I see I'm only a couple hundred away from being first. Huh. I mean, I didn't think I could do it. I saw Sharnier on before, and he was just a monster at getting fist kills. It's crazy. And I never thought I could do it, but kept working at it. He stopped playing, thank God. And somehow I managed to get it. And that was really cool. I was really proud of myself. I mean, it's not a huge deal. It's just, a name on this that you get on the server. But I was proud of myself. And I got a lot of hate for doing it because everyone wanted Sharn. That's so scary. Everyone wanted Sharn to stay, and I can understand that. But I was just happy. I wasn't letting anything bring me down. Yeah, and I was just really, really happy about being that. And I kept on working at it, and I thought, hey, I'll get up to like 2,000 fist kills, and then I'll start slowing down. I won't go for them as much. And that's what happened. And then I kept on playing, kept on meeting tons of new people. It was great. Simple as that. There's a million names I could list off of people that are just such good friends to me. But the best friend of all was still Tox. him and I would always be in call, and are still always in call. And so we're over summer break now, and him and I are talking, and I say, you know what? You don't live that far from me, only a few hours away. Why don't you drive down to San Diego one of these days, and we can go to the beach and hang out? And he says, I'd love to do that. And so one day, me and him meet up at the beach, and we swim with leopard sharks. And it was so much fun. I couldn't really grasp how, just a few months before, I was just a little shit sitting in the trees in Beef's Island Village, and now I'm meeting one of my best friends in real life. It was amazing. That day is still one of the coolest days that I've ever had. Just hanging out with him and I and our families at the beach swimming with leopard sharks. I mean, that's just awesome. And we got home and we took a picture of him and me wearing boxing gloves, him holding a sword, and I posted it and I said, the champion and the assassin are always in character. That was my caption. Little did I know that at that point, Tox had already posted about him leaving and not playing on his account anymore. But that's beside the point. I was just enjoying it. And then a few days later, the server changes. This lobby appears. And I was pissed off, as was everyone. They put our game, survival games, in a tiny little corner way out there. I was so pissed off, and I hated Rob to no end. Timmy and I would join games, and we'd write in full caps, "Fuck you, Rob." We were pissed. Because this was our community. This was what we spent the majority of our lives doing, as sad as that sounds. Yeah, we couldn't take it. And I started this Skype group chat saying, hey, guys, we gotta protest and do something about this. And I invited everyone that I could to do it. Just about everyone said that it was really stupid of me doing so, and they all left, and the chat died within a week, but whatever. It was fun. And that whole endeavor really brought us, this whole survival games community, much, much closer. Because we all realized, despite, whether we're a flower crown or not, we all love the game. And so and that just really brought us all closer, and we really kind of worked together to try and get the server back to the way it was, which was a failed attempt, but it is what it is. But yeah, eventually, Rob leaves, the Mindcrackers and Good get this lovely area in place. And now we're in the present day. Tox and I have met again since then. I've met, not met, but I became good friends with so many people. I mean, I would name all of you if I had the time. So I'm sorry if I don't. But this server is just. It's so great. That's all I can say. The server isn't at this point just a server. It's not. No matter what anyone says, we are a community. We are a tight little family that have been together for nearly a year now. That's the way it is, and whether you think that that's the case or not is your opinion. But that's the way it is. We are a family. Whether we like each other or not, whether, I message you telling you to go fuck yourself because you pot spam me, whatever the case, no matter how much we claim to hate each other, we are all part of the family of Play Minecraft. We are. And that brings me to the final part of my video of how we all, or most of us, got here. And that's because of these guys. All of those guys. We are here because of our mutual love for the Minecrafters. I mean, I've been watching the Minecrafters since Season 3 of Ultra Hardcore. Or Season 2, I should say. I don't know why I said Season 3. And they've... I mean, I can't remember... I can't remember what it was like not watching these guys. I mean, I have spent days, weeks, watching these guys' videos. It's become just a part of my life. I get home every day, and the first thing I do is I sit down, and I watch B-Dubs and Beef and Etho and Paz and Zisto and whoever else I'm interested in that day. And, I mean, I can't thank them enough, because not only have they changed my life in terms of their videos, but they've introduced me to a community and a family that I won't forget. Everyone, all of you guys, Kid, Nop, Par, everyone. I'm sorry that I just named 3. We are all just a family. We are. And we wouldn't be. This server wouldn't exist if it weren't for these guys right here. And I think it's important that we all keep in mind how much these guys have done for us, and how we all have that mutual interest, I guess. Yeah, they're the best, and if I could meet them someday, that would be the highlight of the year, at least. And that's where I'm going to conclude. I really hope that some of you guys post videos as well of your experience on the server and how everything that you've had came to be. And if you guys don't think that this video is stupid, that's fine. It's all in the fun of it. But thank you guys for allowing me to be a part of this community. Thank you all for watching the video. Thank you for being the biggest part of my life for the past year. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will see you on the server.